So this is what my makeup space looks like. And so here we have just this section. So what this room is this is the loft space over our garage. And we just basically, I have this very small, very old sofa that is a pull-out sleeper sofa that has a pretty comfortable bed in it, and it is a small camelback sofa that used to belong to John's mom and dad, and it is advantageous for me to keep because it will actually fit in the very small door frame opening that supplies this room. There's the baby Cricket. Say hi. Say hi. I got my chicken. So that is why I keep this sofa, even though it's not my favorite. I keep this sofa around. So in my attempt to cover the sofa up, I have got these really, really plush faux fur throws on it that I got at Target. And so I have one in the dark, very beautiful, like deep, deep cobalt blue, and then this really pretty white. And so I just bought all of these new pillows and stuff at Target, and so that just gives me a little bit of break. And when I'm sitting here filming, then you really can't see the damask print on the sofa. So in this part of the room, I have a mirror from Kirkland. So when I want to film, fashion hauls, I can just film right here. And I have I think I may have shown it in a video before, but I have basically a camera holder that has suction to it, and it will stick right onto the mirror. And then I love to draw, and so I have an easel in here for whenever I'm doing that. And then here's a picture that my granddaughter, she's 6. This is a picture that, a watercolor that Joy drew for me. So I've got to frame that to put on the wall. This is just the ladder that I used to have some of my beauty products stacked on, and this is just from Restoration Hardware, as is this furniture cart. And so I'm getting ready to do a film on some of my favorite handbags, and that's what these are doing out right here. And so up here I just have a makeshift, this is actually a shelf from Pottery Barn, and I use it to hang some clothes on whenever I'm getting ready to steam them. And this is my Jiffy steamer, and these are the type that I really like because it's what I used whenever I worked for Ann Taylor. And so these are just some drawings that I did of my mom and my dad, and this was a horse that I just fell in love with at one of the bed and breakfasts that we stayed in Grove Hill whenever we went to Yosemite. And so this was my dad whenever he was in the Army, and so I just drew that after he passed away. It was just a form of healing for me. And so here's just a little table that I do a little bit of filming at or taking pictures at. And so this is actually the table that I use as my makeup table, and it is a hot mess, and I could have cleaned this up, but you know what? This is pretty much the way it looks all the time. There's always a hodgepodge of brushes there. This TV screen is what I use as my monitor. I just plug my camera, my filming camera, which to film I use a Canon 70D, and I plug the HDMI cable right here. I just plug this HDMI cable into the TV and into my 70D, and then I can see as I'm filming what that is going to look like as I'm filming. And then I have a ring light, and then just these two, this is a Diva ring light, and I have not been super happy with this Diva ring light because I think there's maybe a slight short in it because it, like, I have to hit it to make it come on. And it's always been like that ever since I got the ring light. And so I probably should have sent it back, but I just never did. And then these lights are really, really inexpensive off of Amazon.com. And these are called Curvy lights. And they're just kind of a box light, and they seem to provide a decent amount of lighting for me. And then I have this window over here that I don't have anything on because nobody can see into it, but it provides for some natural lighting. And then this is just an entryway system. It's part one of a 2-piece from Pottery Barn that I just stack my art supplies on for when I'm drawing, because I do a lot of charcoal drawing, and so I have stuff over there for that, for colored pencils, for watercolor, and just different things like that. And then I have some of my other supplies, but that's what's in the corner of my room. And then coming into this section, I just have some things stacked up over here, but getting the full scope of the room, once I get over here, then I have Cricket a bed where she can lay down while I'm filming, and she's always in this room with me. She's my shadow. And I have this set up over here, and I basically have this box right here that I have my Shop My Stash items in here, so that whenever I'm getting ready in the morning I can just pull from this. And I have bigger palettes that maybe they're kind of bulky or somewhat. I have them just stacked in this little I love this little round. I used to have all my foundations in this, but I just love this little round ceramic pot. That would be good for a planter, actually, but I have, you know, bigger, like my Emily the Once palette and my Sephora. I have Profusion palettes, and then somewhere in here I have Sephora Pro palettes. Yeah, my Sephora Pro palettes are in here. And so I really like that. Then I have some of my unboxings to do here, some of my haul that I haven't hauled for you guys yet that I need to film. And then here is my 1K giveaway basket that I've started. Then I just have seasonal something sitting back here right now. It's a glass pumpkin for Halloween and Thanksgiving. And of course my thumbs up that I always keep everywhere. And then up here I just have different little things that I like. Over here I keep all of my pretty, I don't know why, I just really like these cause boxes. I think they're beautiful, and I keep them stacked up over here. And then I have several of those storage boxes just sitting over here out of the way, where nobody, just obscure where nobody can see them. And then in here, this is how I store my makeup in my Alex drawers, and I'm sure that it's going to change a little bit, but starting at the top I have my nude sticks collection in here and a lighter for my candle. And then from here, this is what I still have to really kind of do something about here, is that I just have these stacked up right now, but I don't really have them in any kind of a container. So I do want to get a container, but this is my highlighters drawer. I have most of my things stored like this, where before I had the plastic containers with drawers, with the plastic pull-out drawers before, sitting on shelves. So what I've done is I've taken those plastic drawers, which is what this is, and I've actually put those plastic drawers down inside these to make use of what I have for right now. And so I have most of my blushes that I can stacked in this drawer, and then what I can't, I just have them free floating back here. Like some of my Profusion blushes, I've got my Natasha Denona Bloom, I've got my Jouer, this is the Sun-Kissed, no, that's my Cheeky Summer, and then my Adore duos right here, and then I've got a butter blush that I probably, this is in Natural Glow, that I probably need to send to Miss Kimberly, since I have picked up the Maru Ultimate Collection. And then this is the Physicians Formula Rose Happy Booster Powder. I've got some Doll 10, Elf. I've got some Elf out. I've got this beautiful one from MAC. And one of my favorite, probably like one of the best things I've ever gotten in my life, is the Chinese New Year duo from last year that's got the MAC Melba and Love Cloud in it. This is like one of my all-time favorite blushes ever. I love that, and I cannot wait to get the one coming out for Chinese New Year. I've already seen the release drop of it, and I cannot wait until it hits. I will definitely be getting that one for Chinese New Year this coming year. I love the blush duos that they come out with for Chinese New Year. They're great. It's almost like having a mini face palette. This is my pressed powders here. So I've got a lot of room in this drawer. This is the one that looks like a flower on the inside. It's pretty, but the flower has a very glittery powder in it, and it's just beautiful. So you kind of shake off the powder off the rose, and the rose is like coated with the powder, and then it comes off, and it's a very, very glittery, almost like a body powder, but it's just beautiful. I don't really use it very much. It's almost like a novelty, but it's just gorgeous. So that was, I think, out around the holidays last year by Lancome, and you know, quite honestly, I just couldn't help myself. It's just so gorgeous. And then moving on down, I have more of the palettes that are almost like, you know, the shape of the MAC palettes or the Marc Jacobs palettes, those type of palettes. The really small ones in this drawer, because this is a small Alex drawer. And then going down into the bigger drawers, then we start getting into, I have my ColourPop collection here, and some of my Tarte palettes, some of my Makeup Geek palettes. And then moving on down, then this is my foundation drawer, and what I have for foundations currently in my collection, or most of them. And then this is my ABH slash kind of weird palettes drawer, Too Faced, that type of thing. And then in this one, I've got a lot of drugstore. I've got a lot of Milani. I've got a little bit of Pixie, LA Girl, a lot of CoverGirl. I really love these CoverGirl palettes. I just think that basically these can't be beat. And then I've got my I Love palettes by Sephora, which are I think, pretty good palettes. And then a little bit of Wet n Wild. I have my BH Cosmetic Festival palette. And moving over to my other tall Alex, I have concealers. Oh, I have a lot of concealers. It's time to do a declutter on those. But something that will never be decluttered is this. Never. This is like, this and one other one are the best concealers I own. And then this is one of 2 drawers of lip and eye products. I have some of my eye products over in my shorties that are basically ones that I use all the time, but this is also ones that I probably don't use as much. This is loose powder drawer, and this is my bronzer drawer. So I have my Natasha Denona tan and things like my beloved California Beeman, love that, and just bigger ones like my Lumies and things like that, not in the Lucite drawer, but I have drawers inside of drawers, and that just seems to work a little bit better. This is my single shadow drawer, liquid shadow drawer, things like my Charlotte Tilbury Glowgasm, that type of thing, single shadow MAC, anything like that goes in this drawer. Then I have my eyelash drawer, although this isn't. These right here all actually go up here. So this is all an eyelash drawer. These are my falsies back here, and just eyelash and mascara and primer. And then here is face palette drawer. So this is strictly for face palettes that have multiple things. They're not single contour, not single blush, not single highlight, but multiple face palette. And all of those go in here. And then this is another eyeshadow drawer. And so this is more of a high-end drawer. So all of my Natasha Denona, Huda, Tilbury, Bobbi Brown, Viseart is all in this drawer, along with Dominique Cosmetics. So I have all of that in here, but this is a pretty much exclusively high-end drawer. And then this is pretty much a, it's really a fingernail drawer, but other stuff does go in here, like my fake hair. Usually goes in here, although, you know, I really will never ever use this piece of the 2-piece hair wrap, because this is the short piece that I don't use of this. I use the longer ponytail piece, but I keep it in here for the style number when I order online, and the color. I don't want to forget that, so I keep that in here. My Lisa Eldridge velvet lipsticks are in this bag, and they're in here, and I keep them in this bag. And I like to keep them separate. I like to keep them special and safe, and they just go in here. And then my makeup removing cloths. I'll keep an extra pack down in here. So this is just kind of a catch-all drawer, and you know, stuff just, it just goes in here. So then going up to the shorties, how I have this arranged is, this is my new makeup that I need to haul. So I've I haven't been keeping up on it, and I need to film a haul, and all of this stuff really ought to be in here, but it's not going to fit. So I've got to film a haul this weekend, and all of this stuff needs to be filmed and swatched. So some of it I probably have filmed, I'm sure, like this NARS palette I filmed. Okay, so then this stuff up here is also stuff that is, you know, I need to haul. But anyway, then moving down to the next drawer, I've got, you know, my makeup wipes container. I've got my calculator back in here for whenever I do my BoxyCharm or Ipsy unboxing. I've got all my makeup wipes, or, you know, these little handy dandy Q-tips. And then I've got, these are all of my primers. And it is also my, basically, skincare. It's kind of my skincare drawer, but mostly primers. So I have a lot of skincare in there. So that's what that drawer's for. This drawer is all of my lippies. And then I have a makeup mirror for on the go. This makeup drawer here this is a pretty telltale drawer, because if you've made it to this drawer, then I think you're pretty special. So if you're in this drawer, it means that I'm probably going to be reaching for you quite a bit. So this is my Hourglass. This is my ambient lighting palette from last year's holiday collection. And I think they had two last year, but this is the one that looks like this. And so I reach for this one quite a bit. And so I don't bother putting that up. This is my Wonder Bronze by Soap and Glory. And I like that one pretty much, so I haven't been bothering to put that one up lately. And then this is something I heard about from Karen Lemmer's channel. She kind of turned me on to this, and this is the Electric Glow bronzer called it's called Sun Soaked. I want to say Sunset Strip, but that's a Wet n Wild. But this is Sun Soaked Strip, and I love it. And so I just don't bother putting it up. I just leave it in the drawer. So if you're in this drawer, it means that I really, really love you. And then the other one is the Charlotte Tilbury Bar of Gold palette. And I never know when I'm gonna want to use this, and so I just leave it there. And of course I have my e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, and this of course is pretty special, so I just leave that there. What else is up in here? Well, diffused light, diffused bronze light. This is a bronzer by Hourglass. My nudies in the nude. I don't know if it's going to show up, but this is Nude Sticks, just cream blush product. And so I just always keep that handy. And then my brow lift light by Gentry Kelly. And so that is a very nice product to put up underneath your brows. And so it just comes in a little Gentry Kelly container like this. So I always keep that up in here. My stuff that's on this table right here ends up going back into that drawer. So, you know, things like my Joa Truly Yours Dark Circle Concealer. I love this, and I have mine in Natural Ivory. So that goes into this drawer. You know, several things go back into this drawer. And then, you know, down here, this is my, basically my eyebrow drawer. And so, you know, I just put all of my eyebrow products in this drawer. Then in the next drawer, these are concealers as well, but what's different about this drawer is that these concealers are in squeezy tubes, or they are compact foundations, or cushion compacts, powder compacts, whatever. But that's what goes in this drawer, and that's what makes this drawer different. And then in this drawer, this is basically just a catch-all. So I have some brushes in here. I have some fingernail polish remover, setting sprays, brush cleaner, makeup removing rounds, just anything. You name it. I've got a magnifying glass, all kinds of stuff down in here. So this is just a catch-all for those products that are too tall for other drawers. And so, you know, that's what I've got in all of these drawers down here. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. I hope that you enjoyed seeing how I've got this room set up. So far, it is still a work in progress. I am still trying to figure out the best way to set up the inside of the drawers. I know that there are inserts that you can put into the Alex drawers. I am looking into that right now. I'm trying to work with what I've got as far as the drawers out of the plastic storage units that I already had bought. So I think that they're working out okay for right now. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I think that I'm gonna have to use some of those for my blush drawer, some of those for my concealer drawer. I think that that will definitely help with my concealer drawer, to be able to divide my concealers into those that I like and those that I don't like. I've got to work on that drawer quite a bit. But yeah, let me know, how do you store your makeup products? Do you have Alex drawers? What type of inserts are you using? Are you using inserts? What's working for you? Have you tried some that you haven't liked? Do you have any tips or tricks for me? Maybe some things that, if you've already bought Alex drawers and you've already been through this, do you have any helpful hints for me that you know, maybe I could learn from your experience if you've already went through this? I would love to hear from you. So I hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. I really appreciate it. It really helps my channel. If you haven't subscribed to my channel but you'd like to be, it's really easy. All you've got to do is click the big red subscribe button, and I would love to have you here as part of the Gen X Beautiful team. I hope that today finds you happy, healthy, and well. And until next time, I look so forward to seeing you in my next video. But for now, smooches, guys. Bye bye. See you next time.